I've said it before, and I've said it in other videos, that Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, all these daytime babysitters that these parents use to, um, babysit their kids, they're evil. All the cartoons, the shows they put on there, it's like witchcraft, it's the occult, it's just terrible. And it says right here, of course, it says the Nickelodeon highlights transgender 12-year-old in Trans Day of Visibility ad. New York City, apologize about that, guys. New York City Nickelodeon published a new advertisement Thursday for International Trans Day of Visibility, featuring a transgender girl who was named a finalist for Time and Nickelodeon's Kid of the Year. Of course, because guaranteed her parents are connected and she's connected. It's not just some random people that they're choosing, but people will believe that this person is special for some reason, or it's ridiculous. The ad features Rebecca Brushoff, a tween transgender activist who says that in the ad that growing up in the LGBTQ plus community has changed her perspective on life. So again, these people right here, this is what they're putting in front of your kids. Okay, it's not only bad enough when they go to school. They're letting these kids dress like females. They're letting the boys dress like girls. Girls dress like boys, and they don't have to tell the parents. It's all about they've signed in. It's all about, there's a no disclosure law if the teen doesn't want their parents to know that they're transitioning or that they're whatever. They can go to school and the school will hide it for them. The school will protect them, and they can store their dresses. If they're a boy and want just like a girl, they can store their dresses there and whatnot. And the teachers will not only hide and protect that, they support that, and they will not tell you. They're not going to send a letter home to you. They're not going to inform you. They're not going to give you a call and pick up the phone and say, hey, little Joey, is having some issues. He's going in the girls' restroom. He's doing this. He's doing that. Maybe you should have a talk with him. Nope. Let's embrace this insanity and push it on other kids. It's absolutely ridiculous. Trans kids are so much more than their gender identity, and it's so important for people who listen to the kids. Since this is just mind blowing, like, you're not even old enough to vote, you're not old enough to drink, you're not old enough to do anything for a reason, because your mind isn't capable of certain type of cognitive thinking. And they count on these. Just look at this. This is sad. This is a little boy dressed as a girl, and they're pushing it like it's normal. And as you can see, thanks Nickelodeon for celebrating with me. Absolutely ridiculous. The ad tells that kids today and every day, they should celebrate those who are helping others and realize that everyone should be proud of what makes them who they are. Unreal. Unreal. Let's see if we can click it. Absolutely sick and disgusting, but this is what we get. The national desk reached out to Nickelodeon for comment and to inquire whether the ad would be played on its cable channel. No response was received, but if one is obtained, it will be added to the story. Since she became all well known for holding up a sign at a pro-trans rally in New Jersey which said, "I'm the scary transgender person the media warned you about," Brusoff has been featured frequently in videos and other media about gender identity. So of course that was a staged incident. Of course it was all fake. To push this on the masses. After transitioning, Brusoff began playing field hockey. According to CBS News, a sport that U.S. schools typically offer only for women. She has since become involved in the debate about trans athletes and whether biological males should be allowed to compete with biological females. Absolutely not. We know that the injuries that happen from there is just unreal. It's an unfair competitive advantage that they have. They have testosterone, which females do not have. They have muscles, capability, and strength that women do not have. Now, obviously, there's a small majority of women, who can train really hard and be really strong and blah, blah, blah. But again, the small percentage doesn't make the norm. And this is insanity, and we need to call it out for what it is. It's insanity. Okay, to take on these kids, it's one thing. Look, if they're an adult and this is the decision that they make, okay, well, God have mercy on them, okay? Because I believe that once they make this decision, they're gonna regret it for the rest of their life, and it's gonna be something that they can't undo completely, no matter what. Go to sexchange.com, sex change regret, excuse me, or regretsexchange.com or something like that. Google it. I've never been there, but I've heard of it, and it's supposed to be a website where people who's had the operation and they regret it. And I know that there was an interview I watched one time of a man who wanted to transition to become a female, and he later regretted it, and he was trying to detransition, and he was having all these problems, and he was just basically going out warning these kids, like, don't do this to your body. He was warning parents, don't let your kids do this to their body. They're kids. Their minds aren't fully developed. They can't think properly. They don't know whether they truly would want to do this. It should be a minimum age. First of all, this shouldn't even be allowed. But if you want to mutilate yourself, it should be a minimum age of 25 or, there's a reason why you can't be a president until you're in your 30s. Okay? Think about that. You don't develop, you don't have enough life experience, yada, yada, yada. It's the same thing with this. And you're going to let a little kid choose and transition? It's ridiculous, okay? It's wrong. God didn't make a mistake when he made you. You're having mental problems, mental issues, attacks from demons, okay? You need to find a strong spiritual person that that knows the Bible, that knows how to combat these type of things, and get under their tutelage. Have them train you. Have them teach you the Bible, and eventually you'll be able to subdue the demons. But this is sick, guys, and like I tell everybody, you're either feeding the spirit or you're feeding the flesh. And this is absolutely feeding the flesh, and it's disgusting, it's ungodly, it's not only unchristian, it's unnatural, it's unnormal, and we shouldn't be celebrating this. So I just wanted to put this out there. God bless each and every one of you.